When we think about our mental health, you know, in particular our depression, it can be so hard and challenging to do those simple activities we're able to do so easily. You know, if we think about it, like getting out of bed and having a shower, you know, for 99.9% of us, yeah, this is just a daily thing, and it's so easy and it's so, you know, ingrained within us to do this. But sometimes when you're experiencing depression, it can be so difficult because it just seems too hard. You don't have the effort, and you start beating yourself up, and it can make you feel so much worse. You know, what we can refer it to is feeling as if you're bogged down. I mean, if you have a look at where I am right now, it's just boggy marshland. And I've made an error in terms of walking this way because I am getting very wet feet and getting almost stuck within the mud, and I'm a bit concerned for Tay, so I am to just make sure I keep my eye on her so she doesn't get absorbed within the soil. So how can we start overcoming this issue? Now, there's a thing called behavioural activation, and what this essentially is being able to write down a list as to the activities we used to be able to do very easily and on the regular. First of all, I want you to list down those activities that are routine, such as, like I've already mentioned, going for a shower, brushing your teeth, going to work, you know, anything like that you can think of that used to be part of a structured day to you. List some of those pleasurable activities you like doing, you know, those social ones with friends or family, whether that's down at the woods going for a nice walk, or going to a football game, or, you know, watching a movie at the cinema, whatever it may be, whatever you can think of, anything that gets you around that social environment. Start listing them down as to the activities that you used to be able to do and look forward to, but now are struggling. Then what I want you to do is list out some necessary activities. So this can be paying the bills, you know, like your car tax or your insurance or your water bill at home, whatever it may be. Write them down. The next thing I want you to do is to make an order of difficulty for each of the activities. Within this order, I want you to write down easiest, challenging, and most difficult. So you've got 3 levels of difficulty there. And then with each activity, place them in each of the levels of difficulty. So now let's just say you've got 15 activities and you've labelled them within each box. So you've got 5 for the easiest, 5 for challenging, and 5 for the most difficult. Take a good long hard look at this list and try and think about what makes them easier than others or more difficult than the other ones. And then we've got to try and focus on one. So let's start off with the easiest. So for me, let's just say brushing the teeth. When I think about it, sometimes I just completely lack motivation, you know, getting out of my bed full stop and going to the bathroom and doing a simple 2-minute brush of my teeth. Now, this is a very easy activity to complete, so I'll focus on that one and I will check it off the list as soon as I've done it for the day. And guess what? That's a win. And yes, to a lot of regular folk, you know, like people be like, oh, how's he not brushing his teeth? But you know, sometimes it does get to that point where we just can't do the basics. And with that win now, I can check it off the list and I can reward myself. I can go, well done, Miles, you brushed your teeth today. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous, but you know, sometimes it can be really beneficial to give yourself that little win. And then I go, oh, I've done an activity now. What's the next one? And you keep progressing. So you can go too easy. You can then go, oh, what do I find quite challenging? Have a look at one of those. And then complete that. And you know, eventually you can tick off these activities that you wouldn't normally be able to do and have the effort for, but now you're giving yourself a chance with a reward system. So every activity you tick off, give yourself a reward. Anything that just puts a little smile on your face and go, well done, I'm proud of you. Something that's extremely difficult for me at the moment is walking. I mean, after that 101 mile walk that I did just shy of a week ago, my feet are so sore, and I've really lacked motivation to be able to get up and do anything, you know, any fitness whatsoever, let alone just going down the stairs, because it's just incredibly painful. And I believe that I've got tendinitis within the tops of my feet now, which is just great, and I don't know how long that's going to take to recover. But you know, now I'm on this walk and I'm having this little bit of physical activity with my best bud Tally. Look at her, she's so excitable, bless her. But being able to do this, I can now check it off the list. This is one of the extremely difficult tasks that I have written down, and I can say to myself, well done you, because what you've done is not only get out and benefit yourself, but to benefit another living being. Now, everything I have said within this video, it might sound very teach you to suck eggs kind of deal, but I am telling you, it really does help. And I can put a link to a template that I've got that you can even have a look at and either print it off or write it down, very similar, in your own style, and make sure it's something accessible to be able to achieve those goals of yours. Being able to have all these small wins goes so far in getting us back on track, and it is key to be able to notice the success we are achieving. Having a simple thing such as a list, which doesn't take an awful lot of effort to make, goes a long way in guiding us to, one, accepting us for us, and two, living that lifestyle we all want.